Good morning. Okay, um, we are going to do some egg rolls, some shrimp egg rolls. I was doing these in my stir fry video, but then after I got done with them, I realized I completely messed up my egg rolls all over the place. So we're going to try that again. To do my egg rolls, I use cabbage, carrot, celery, onion. We're going to use some shrimp, throw in some salt and pepper, some soy sauce, some a little bit of sesame oil, a little Chinese 5 spice, and well, I said egg rolls. We're actually going to make spring rolls. Difference is uh, the wrapper. The wrapper is the entire difference between a spring roll and an egg roll. Egg rolls have a egg-based wrapper, um, and these spring rolls are more of a flour-based wrapper. I prefer the egg roll wrappers, but they didn't have any at the store when I went to go get wrappers. So um, I got the spring rolls. The egg roll wrappers, they're a thicker, chewier. Um, when you fry them up, they get the little bubbles on them. They're what you get at most when you order egg rolls from the Chinese store. You know what an egg roll is. The spring rolls are just a smoother, thinner, crunchier wrapper. So I guess today we're making spring rolls, not egg rolls. Anyway, they got the same stuff in them. They're made the same way. So we're gonna start with just a little bit of onion. Now I don't like a lot of onion in mine, so we're just gonna use a green onion, split that down the middle, and then we're just gonna real fine some chop in there. I don't like a lot of times I don't even put onion in it. All right. Now, for the rest of this stuff, I've found what works best because you want your veggies in these things to be really thin. Really thin. And nothing does that better than just a peeler, you know? You can peel out your veggies. Well, traditionally, you would use a Chinese celery. Chinese celery, I've probably eaten it in their dishes. I've never bought any. So I've never noticed a difference, I guess. But you only want those couple inches long. Same thing with carrots. We're just going to shave off some nice thin strips of carrot. Hold on to your veggies. All right. You don't need a lot. We're only making about four rolls here. And then with these, I like to do the same thing. Kind of give them a thin julienne. You only want them a couple inches long. Doesn't take much. All right. For the shrimp, I've already got about 4 of them chopped up in here. They're already peeled and deveined. How I do the shrimp, I'll just go straight down the middle and make sure that vein, aka the poop chute, is already. Oh, this one wasn't completely out apparently. Okay. So then you just 2 little halves. Give those a real fine chop. Add them to the pot. Now, if I was doing pork or chicken, I would pre-cook it, but this shrimp is going to cook so fast in that oil, there is no point in pre-cooking it. So what we're going to do now, oh, I guess we better have some cabbage, huh? It's kind of the main thing. I'm going to thin slices of cabbage. I mean, they don't have to be, you know, see-through, but you want them just as thin as you can get them. Okay, that's plenty for 4. Get off there. Now we're going to take our veggies here. I got some water boiling right there. We're going to blanch these for 1 minute. You'll notice the video probably a little different. That's because I'm going to cut in some footage I already had about blanching these. So, back in a second. Okay, well those only blanched for a minute. After you blanch them, you want to get them cooled off as fast as possible. A lot of people do the whole ice bath, throw it in an ice bath. Yeah, well, that works. It's a big waste of ice. All you got to do is run it under cold water, strain out your pan real quick and run it under cold water, and that is all you have to do. But then you want to get your stuff as dry as possible. A lot of people will put that in a towel and wring it out, which great, fine. If you can see, you want to get as much water out of that as you can get, because it will interfere. First of all, you're putting that into hot grease, and you know what water does to hot grease. And secondly, it will interfere with the way the wrapper cooks. So I'm going to give this another quick squeeze in the sink. Okay. Now, we've got all the water squeezed out I can get. Let's throw that, all our stuffs. Kind of a big bowl for this. See, it's just wilted a little. Everything's still slightly crispy. Now, what we're going to do is dry my hands off. You can do this any way you want. I mean, whatever your taste buds are, play with it. I give just a little sprinkle of the Chinese 5-spice. Oh, I forgot to throw my shrimps in there. Come on, shrimp. Come on. Okay. Just a little bit of pepper. And a little bit of salt. You don't want to go crazy on that salt because you don't know what salt does to veggies. It'll draw all the water back out. And there's already salt in the soy sauce. So we're just going to put, it's about a teaspoon of soy sauce and about a half teaspoon of sesame oil. Let's just get that all nice and stirred up. Stir, shrimp, stir. What the hell, Junior? Having a severe case of insubordination here. I don't know why the last 2 days egg rolls just don't want to cooperate with me, which is weird because I have never, from the first time I made an egg roll, never had any problem making them. Okay. We are nicely stirred up here. Yeah, made another mess. Good Lord. Need to rename this the Messy Channel. All right. A little fork to spoon that out. Now, we've already got our oil heating up. You can deep fry these. I just put in enough oil in a pan to, get halfway up the rolls and cook them and turn them over. No need to waste a whole gallon of oil. These particular wrappers are extremely thin. Regular egg roll wrappers aren't this thin. They're quite a bit thicker. These are thin, thin, thin. You can, which I've done in the past, you can't leave those out too long. They will dry out and be no good. All right. When you do these, you see that against the board? Pointy side down and up. You want it like a diamond looking at you. Get you like a big lump of filling right there in the middle. Okay, you want to make sure you're an inch or two from all edges. You're going to roll over the center and then pull it back, pull the top part back towards you, and you want that tight. Now with these thin wrappers, you got to be careful because they tear pretty easy. Take your two sides. We'll just see this. Take your two sides, fold them straight back over at a 90-degree angle. Okay? Simple stuff. And then roll tightly. Careful not to tear. about 1, maybe 2 rolls over. Put some water over here. And we're going to take some water. We're going to wet down the top of that. I'm going to use this different cutting board so you can see. You can see that? All right. Now we're going to wet down the top of that right there. And then just roll it on over. And there you have a nicely rolled roll. That's about perfect. Try it again where you can see. All right, take your wrapper. Got your stuff. We're going to roll it, pull it,